If you found yourself in the state of Colorado and are looking to take an incredible hike, you've got plenty of options to choose from. With the Rocky Mountains running through it, Colorado is a gorgeous state with seemingly infinite hiking trails to choose from. Sorting through all the state's many hiking trails might seem intimidating, and that's where we come in. Join Viewcation as we let you know about the best hiking in Colorado. Four Lakes Loop. Located within the confines of the Greater Rocky Mountain National Park, the Four Lakes Loop has understandably risen to prominence as one of the preeminent hiking trails in the state. The reason the trail has become so popular is inarguably because of its accessibility, as well as the fact that taking its hike serves as a sampler platter of sorts for all that the glorious state has to offer. The entire loop is a little over 6 miles long, and its name stems from the fact that taking its hike will bring visitors past 4 separate lakes. There's also Alberta Falls, which has come to be known as one of the most popular waterfalls in the entirety of Rocky Mountain National Park. The terrain can vary along the trail, though things never get too difficult. The variety of scenery and experiences offered by the trail in a relatively compact package make it one of the best hikes to take if you're only staying in Colorado for a short period of time. Even if you're going to be in the area a while, though, you should hike the Four Lakes Loop at least once. Monarch Lake Loop. The Monarch Lake Loop is another loop trail fairly popular amongst tourists visiting Colorado. The hike is a little shorter and easier than the aforementioned Four Lakes Loop, though that doesn't mean the views are any less spectacular. The trail is located near the area of Winter Park, and its centerpiece is its namesake Monarch Lake, which you'll see plenty of people boating on. Monarch Lake Loop offers hikers plentiful and diverse scenery, from its namesake lake to its offshooting creeks to the surrounding dense forest. The popularity of the hike means it can be fairly crowded when the weather's right, and you may have a hard time finding parking. But braving the crowds is worth it for the views. Maroon Bells. If you head to the 2 peaks in the Elk Mountains that go by the name of the Maroon Bells, you'll find plenty of hiking trails that all sort of blend together. Depending on how far you want to go, hiking around Maroon Bells may take you all day. The area is incredibly beautiful, with a few lakes and plenty of golden aspen trees. The Maroon Bells are just as beautiful to gaze at from afar as they are to hike, and you'll want to be sure to get a nice view of their peaks. Hanging Lake Trail. Located near the resort city of Glenwood Springs, the Hanging Lake Trail is one of the most popular in all of Colorado due to the beauty of its namesake lake. The Hanging Lake is named as such because its waterfalls make it look as if it's literally hanging in the sky, and the magic of such a sight is hard to describe to someone who hasn't seen it for themselves. The hike to the lake itself isn't all that long, but it can be a little challenging if you aren't used to the rocky terrain and high elevation. If you're in the Glenwood Springs area, this hike is a must. Alberta Falls Trail. Visitors to the Rocky Mountain National Park who want to get a closer look at the amazing waterfall will also want to check out the Alberta Falls Trail. Taking the hike will give you a much better and more personal view of the Great Waterfall, and it's not all that difficult. If you're exploring the many trails located within the Rocky Mountain National Park, you should be sure that the Alberta Falls Trail is one of them. Before we tell you more about the best hiking in Colorado, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Devil's Head Lookout Trail. Located near the town of Castle Rock, the Devil's Head Lookout Trail offers an incredible view of its namesake Devil's Head, which is a unique and naturally occurring formation made out of granite. The formation is insanely impressive, and just as impressive is the full circle view that is allowed to hikers when they get to it. Hikers will get the opportunity to look out from the summit and see mountains sprawling out as far as the eye can see. This makes the Devil's Head Lookout Trail one of the best hikes to take if you're staying in the nearby area. Just be sure you're ready for a bit of a climb if you want to see the view. Timberline Falls and Sky Pond Trail. The Timberline Falls and Sky Pond Trail is a nearly 10-mile-long loop located in Rocky Mountain National Park, and more specifically near the town of Estes Park. The centerpieces of the hike are its 2 namesakes, Timberline Falls and Sky Pond. Timberline Falls rivals the nearby Alberta Falls with its staggering beauty, and Sky Pond is a beautiful and relaxing body of blue water surrounded on all sides by glorious mountains. Hikers should note the loop can be fairly intense, and anyone who hasn't had experience hiking may want to build up to it. Fern Lake Trail. Another great hiking trail in Colorado that offers hikers the chance to get an up-close and personal view of a stunning waterfall is the Fern Lake Trail. The trail allows hikers the chance to see Fern Falls, which is a sprawling waterfall coming down a mountainside in the Rocky Mountain National Park. The full hike is only around 6 miles, and its terrain isn't too terribly trying for average hikers. The waterfall runs through forests and creates a stunning array of moss and other lush plant life, as well as a refreshing mist. Emerald Lake Trail. If we could only include one more trail within the greater area of the Rocky Mountain National Park, it would have to be the Emerald Lake Trail. It's particularly gorgeous, with its main draws being both its namesake lake and the nearby Tyndall Gorge. Hikers will get the chance to see plenty of both landmarks, making this an incredibly popular hiking route amongst Colorado tourists. The Emerald Lake is named as such because the water appears to glow an almost alien and crystalline green. Fountain Valley Trail. What makes the Fountain Valley Trail interesting is its formations made of red rock. The hike is easy and only goes on for a little over 2 miles, with the main draw of the trail being its scenery. The color of the rock formations gives the area a slightly dreamlike feel that visitors will want to experience for themselves. The entire trail can be completed in a little under an hour, but you may want to take the time to soak in the interesting atmosphere before truly calling it a day. As compared to all the hikes mentioned previously, the first and second Flatirons Loop is an impressive hike located much closer to the state of Colorado's more populated areas. The first and second Flatirons Loop is located in Boulder, just on the outskirts of the Rocky Mountains. The trail is named after the Flatirons, which are great flat rock formations that resemble small mountains and loom over the entire Boulder area. The first and second Flatirons Loop is located within a sprawling network of other hiking trails, some of which may be more or less difficult. The popularity of the loop above some of the other trails in the immediate area comes from the trail's mix of accessibility and modest challenge. The hike is only around 3 miles, though the differing terrain along its length, as well as the ascending elevation and already high altitude, can make it slightly difficult. Of course, the greatest draw of the loop may be the chance to see the Flatirons themselves up close, as the staggering rock formations are one of the first things tourists will notice when entering the city of Boulder. If the first and second Flatirons Loop is too tame for hikers, they may want to move on to the nearby Royal Arch Trail, which is one of the more difficult hikes in the Boulder area. It takes hikers up an incredibly steep incline with plenty of rocky terrain, and it's named after its own singular rock formation that consists of a naturally occurring rock arch. Hikers will also get to see an incredible view of Boulder and the entire Denver area. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorite hikes in Colorado? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.